in my last video. First, if you haven't seen that, you definitely should. I thought it turned out great. But as I was saying, in my last video, I said that I would make a video about Season 10 playoffs next, which is still in the works and hopefully will be coming. I don't know when. But I realized Midoffs Live is going to be happening this weekend in Rotterdam on stage. And a video about ranking every single team at the event would probably do better than if I did a Season 10 playoffs video. And I'm only a few hundred subscribers away from being monetized, and it would be a lot easier to make, and I have to do it sooner rather than later, because if it's too late, then it won't work. So here's my ranking and predictions of who will win Midoffs Live. Just a quick note, I'm not saying anyone is bad in the game. This is basically an all-stars in the Midoff, so everyone has a chance to win. On top of that, we have seen so many upsets in the last 3 Midoffs. It is totally possible that the player I put at the bottom ends up winning. So take all of this with a grain of salt. This is just my personal opinions. Quickly before I start, this video is sponsored by you, because I want you to subscribe. If I hit 1,000 subscribers, then I can finally start getting monetized for these videos. So I would really appreciate it a lot if you click the subscribe button. I plan to be making videos for a while, so if you want to see my next projects, then subscribe so I can get something out of it. Thank you for your support, and back to the video. In number 8, I have Nominal Gravy on Team Feinberg. Now, before anyone says I'm a Feinberg hater, you need to watch my last video about him. Also, maybe more importantly, Feinberg isn't playing, he is coaching. And looking at Nominal Gravy, according to the MCSR ranked leaderboard, he hasn't played a game in almost 2 months. Even though he played well during Season 3 Midoffs, he didn't win like others on this list. So unfortunately, he is lost on my list simply because I have a lack of recent data. Maybe he has been playing a lot of RSG and I didn't realize, or has an ult account, but for now, he is last on my list. In number 7, we have SB737 on Team Silver. To be honest, I want this team to do well. This team and Teammate Jonnaay are the 2 teams I'm cheering for this event, but just because I'm cheering for them to do well, I have to admit they don't currently look like the strongest contender. To start with the good, SB has proven how good he could be, winning Season 2 playoffs. But our bad list is a lot longer. It's been 6 months since SB has speedrun the game. On top of this, he has the worst average time compared to the competitors at 22 minutes and 38 seconds. His PB isn't much better at 1707, basically my PB. Not great when some players have averages below 15 minutes. By stat, he should be below nominal, but I would argue he does deserve this spot. First point, even with a worse PB and a worse average than other contenders in Season 2 Midoffs, he still won. And my second point is what I said earlier. I'm biased, and I want this team to do well. So that's pretty much it, and that's the reason why he's in my number 7. In number 6, I have Team Fulham and CPK. We have seen CPK get some upsets back in Season 3 of the Midoffs, and to think he won't again would be foolish. However, his stats compared to the other contestants aren't that great. With an average time of approximately 18 minutes, he is competitive for sure, but he is well below some of the other competitors. He has been playing a lot recently, which puts him far above the people below him, but everyone above him on this list has as well. With an average time at 1902, it is definitely good, but nothing amazing. And a PB of 1308 is around the average of some of the other competitors higher on this list. I just can't really put him higher with stats like this. Even though they're not bad, they're nothing amazing. But I could definitely see CPK winning 1 or 2 games like he did in Season 3 Midoffs. At numero 5, we have Derapchu on Team Andronicus. Man, I hope this team wins. In recent weeks, Derapchu has had the 3rd most played games out of everyone in this tournament, with almost 200 ranked games. Some of these contestants have less than 30, so it's very good in comparison. The only problem is those games haven't gone the best. With an average time of just above 17 minutes, it's not great compared to his opponents. On top of this, Andronicus has yet to be tested as a coach in the Midoffs and hasn't competed in a regular playoffs like some of the other coaches. It's not looking great for my team, but a bit of copium is Derapchu maybe better to deal with harder situations. Someone like SB737 hasn't dealt with lava housing in months, while Derapchu has literally this week. It's not the best copium, and it might be pretty bad with the fact that Derapchu dies almost every run. So it doesn't really matter if Derapchu can expect what he's going to die to if he's just going to die anyways. So it might be chalked, but give me some hope, please. Barely making the top half of my list, we have the player with the 2nd most played games is Max GG on Team Hacking Noises. The way I would describe Max is that he is a flash cannon. He can absolutely destroy some games, then fall off the earth the next. His average time isn't great, being about 15 minutes. Not bad, better than me of course, but not as good as his opponents above him on this list. However, he's also one of only 2 players to actually have a sub 10. If he can replicate that on the stage, then he could be a monster in the bracket. We'll just have to wait to see if he becomes the sub 10 max or if he becomes the 15-minute max. At number 3, I have Sandwich Lord. On Team Molly, Sandwich Lord is the only player in this tournament who has never played in the Midoffs, but that doesn't mean he hasn't played ranked. With an average time in the 13 minutes, he is the highest average time we have seen so far, which is the second fastest average time out of all the competitors, with a PB of just under 11 minutes. He sticks around that 13-minute average pretty closely without much fluctuation. The reason why he's not higher is simply because he doesn't have the most amount of games, with only about 30 this season. It is on the low end for sure. The thing is, if he can continue to play like he has over those last 30 games, then he should do really well. The only person stopping Sandwich Lord is in number 2, Jonnaay, on Team Fruitberries. I'm not going to say Jumper Who didn't deserve her win in Season 1. She definitely does and played better than Jonnaay in that series. But we saw Jonnaay beat Jumper in the upper finals, and that could have happened again in the actual finals. Either way, unlike Jumper, Jonnaay has continued to play ranked and has gotten much better. With a better average time and a PB about the same as Sandwich Lord, they seem interchangeable on this list. The difference is Jonnaay has played over double Sandwich Lord's games. And with Fruitberries returning as Jonnaay's coach, I think this team could do really well. This could be an amazing revenge arc to see from Jonnaay. And I'm kind of hoping it does happen. I think it would be really fun to see. But there's one player left on my list that I think could beat Jonnaay, and that is Evbo on Team Infume. Evbo is the only other player to have a sub 10, and unlike Max from earlier, Evbo isn't as much of a flash cannon as he used to be. With a comparable average to Sandwich Lord and Jonnaay, Evbo is consistently getting good times, around the 13-minute mark, but his ceiling is a lot higher with his sub 10 PB. If you're worried about the sample size of the last 2 players being small, then no need to worry because Evbo has the most games out of everyone in this tournament, with almost 300 this season, and almost 600 last season. Will Evbo actually win this tournament? Probably not, but looking at the numbers, he's a clear favorite, and I think he probably will. But let me know in the comments below who you think will actually win and who you're going to cheer for. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I know I asked for it a lot, but I would really appreciate it and it supports me a lot.